welcome to our final day of Move and Meditate. Thank you all so much for being here. We'll jump right on in, coming to lie down on the ground, so make your way there. You know how it goes by now. Find your comfortable position. And when you're ready, close down your eyes. I invite everyone today to place left hand on the heart and right hand on the belly. And just feel what you feel beneath both palms, no judgment. Maybe you don't feel anything, and that's okay too. As you consciously connect to your breath, let your first few exhales be an invitation to really drop heavily down towards your mat. If you want to sigh a few out the mouth, if you feel you need to let go of something a little stronger, then please be my guest. As we know by now, this is all about taking what you need, finding your own flow. Notice if your breath is felt more prominently underneath your left palm, which is on your heart, or your right, on your belly. And if we are feeling a little bit anxious, stressed, worried, any of those category of emotions, we may be feeling it more in our left palm. So just being aware of this. And seeing if we can consciously send our breath down towards our diaphragm, our main breathing muscle, which resides just above our belly, below our low ribs. But to keep it simple, just breathe into the right palm a little more. Inhale, feel it inflate like a balloon. Exhale, let everything release. We'll find 5 more breaths just like this. And then when we're ready, jumping on into our movement. But stay here for these breaths in stillness. Nourish the lack of movement. And appreciate just what this offers us. Let your final exhale sigh softly from your mouth. And begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. Extend both legs, reach the arms back behind you. Big breath in, reach it away. Exhale, hug knees into the chest, hands come onto the knees. Open them out wide, send them around in big circles. Take it easy with the hips today, as always. A space that can hold on to quite a lot, emotionally and physically. Send your movement the opposite direction when you're ready. And if you have a bit more of a range of motion today, maybe you take the hands and drop them to the belly and explore a wider movement. But we don't always need wider, even if we have that range of motion. So pay attention to that. As we come back to center, plant the left foot on the earth and kick the right heel up to the sky. We'll bend our right knee generously in towards our armpit and find our half a happy baby, bringing the right hand onto either the back of the leg or the outer edge of the foot. Keeping the head, neck and shoulders soft on the earth. Breathe here. Maybe you find a very soft rock from side to side for our last couple breaths. And then as you release the hand, Interlace both hands instead on the right shin and extend your left leg out onto the mat. Inhale, curl the forehead up towards the knee. And as you exhale, stay here. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. Start to check in with our deep abdominal wall. Next option is to hover the left leg off the ground. Next option is hands reaching either side the legs. Breathe here, keep lower back space, pressing down towards the mat. Awareness of the belly button hugging in toward the spine, keeping the back of the neck long. We'll stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and drop the head, hug the knees in. Take a breath. And as we drop right foot down, kick left heel to the sky, and then take the knee out wide, bend it towards the armpit space. It's just towards. Let the hand rest where it feels comfortable. And breathe here. Sending lots of love to the hips, of course, but also to the lower back space. Just warming this area up. Maybe you take a couple rocks from side to side. And as you come to center, drop the foot, hands come onto the shin, and we extend our right leg. Inhale, curl forehead up to knee. Exhale, drop the shoulders away, stay here. Option to hover that right foot off the ground. Next option is hands reaching away. Release any tension in the jaw. It helps to smile here. Unclench, ungrip. Stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the head, hug the knees in. Take a soft rock side to side. Nice. As the hands come onto the hamstrings, make your way up to a seated position. Rock and roll up and down the spine. And if cross-legged doesn't work, just find any other comfortable seat that does. We're not going to be here for too long, but if you'd like to, lift your hips up a little bit higher. Reaching up tall through crown of the head. Roll the shoulders down and back. As we reach our arms out wide, cross the right arm on top of the left. Keep the elbows stacked one on top of the other, like a crisscross here in the arms, as we begin to lift the hands up towards one another in front of the face. Now, if we get here, awesome, let's stay here. We may get all the way up here, but the most important thing is that we keep the elbows stacked on top of one another rather than letting it go and just bringing the hands together. It's all about the elbow space and then bringing hands towards, lifting elbows up a little as we soften the shoulders again. The shoulders like to creep up, so I'm here for your constant reminder to let them drop. Take a couple breaths in stillness in your eagle arms, just opening up through the upper back body space. You might feel a stronger sensation here because a lot of us are quite tense and tight in our shoulders, head, neck, so just be aware. As always, ease into it. And then adding on some soft spinal movement. Inhaling, lift the gaze, open the heart. On your exhale, round through, bring chin to chest. Inhale, come back to center, neutral spine. Exhale, unravel the arms, take a couple of soft shoulder rolls. Reaching the arms out wide, this time left crosses on top of the right. Keep that stacking in the elbows as the hands lift up toward one another. Eagle arms or Garudasana arms, elbows lift, shoulders soften. You may notice how one side feels really different to the other. This is super, super common. So we might need to back off slightly, or we may have the space to go a little deeper. Keep the breath in mind. And begin to add on movement. Inhale, lift and open. Exhale, round and roll. And as we inhale, come to neutral. Exhale, unravel. Give everything a big, soft circle around. Head and neck involved as well. Nice. And as we jump off any props, we'll take it to one side And come forward onto our palms, step the legs back behind us, tuck the toes under. Sit hips back to heels, and then draw the hips to the sky, straight to our downward facing dog. Having a wiggle, a pedal, wake yourself up. From down dog, straight away rolling forward to your plank position. Knees can be lifted or lowered. Choose your own adventure. Down to the ground. Open in heart space. Extend through the spine. And then meeting back up in our downward dog right away. Toes tuck under. Sit the tailbone up to the sky and reach here. As we bring our feet together, really together, we'll come to explore our corkscrew movement. Dropping heels to the right. Sit the hips down to the right as we bend the knees generously. Lift all the way back up, pivot heels to the left, drop hips down to the left. And move here a couple more times. Each side with your own breath. This may be a little bit too much for you today, in which case just stay in that down dog, have a little wiggle in the hips. And as we even it out, float back to center, feet to hips distance, and we can transition either from down dog or drop down onto our knees in tabletop. Left leg reaches off the mat, bend the knee, curl it all the way up towards the armpit and lightly step forward. We can either drop that back knee down to the earth or keep it lifted. Find your version of your lunge as you reach fingertips all the way up to the sky. Front knee stays stacked on top of the front ankle as we drop our shoulders. Keep the arms reaching, but grab opposite hand onto opposite elbow. Inhale, lengthen through side body. Exhale, fold towards the left side. Keep that strong connection to the lower body here. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, drop the right hand down to your brick or the earth. As you inhale, reach left hand up to the sky, big twist. Exhale, release, step back to down dog or tabletop, your choice. Take a breath here. And then floating right leg off the mat, bend the knee, curl it all the way up and step it forward. Nice. High or low lunge, you choose your own adventure. Reach through the fingertips, drop the shoulders. As hands come to elbows, lengthen through the ribs and drop over towards the right side. Keep the armpits shining up towards the ceiling here. Inhale, come all the way back up. Exhale, drop the left hand down. Inhale, reach right hand to the sky. Big twist through the rib cage. Keep that front knee dialing in. Exhale, drop it down. And step straight back to down dog or tabletop. If you come through tabletop, make your way slowly up to down dog. And either stay here, option to drop down to child's pose in another resting posture, or to find a little more, roll forward to your plank and make your own way down to the ground. We can explore belly to cobra, or if chaturanga to upward facing dogs in our practice, then maybe we explore that. Coming to meet in downward dog, or if you're in child's pose, take a couple more breaths there. Nice, and then we'll come to transition. So from down dog or tabletop, left leg reaches back, bend the knee, curl it up, lightly step it forward. This time, everybody pivot our back foot to the earth. We'll rise to our warrior one. Back toes are turning out to about 2 o'clock. Front knee stays bent. Keep that back leg long, pressing away through the outer edge of the foot in particular. Nice. Inhale to lengthen through side body. Exhale, drop the arms and find eagle with the right arm crossing on top of the left. Keep that crisscross stacked as the hands come toward one another. Elbows lift, shoulders drop. Breathe here. Without looking down, spread through those front toes a little more. Really ground through that front foot. And we'll stay in our eagle arms as we transition. So making sure that we have a wide enough stance in the first place as we begin to pivot our back heel off the ground and find our high lunge. Back heel and knee are lifted. If we want to drop it down here, we can, but staying up if possible. Keeping the inner thighs hugging toward one another. Trust the breath. Find one more full breath. And on your exhale, unravel the arms and reach them straight back as we hinge forward from the hips. Airplane lunge. Find one more breath. And then release. Dropping the hands, step back. Tabletop or down dog. Find one breath where you are. And then reach the opposite leg off. So right leg reaches to the sky. Bend the knee and curl it up. Step forward, rise, warrior one. Take your time to plant both feet and grow with awareness. Mindful we aren't collapsing in our lower back and flaring out front ribs. Dial everything back to center. Slight tilt forward in the pelvic space. And as we drop our arms out wide, cross the left arm on top of the right, eagle arms. Find your transition, trust in yourself, in your practice. Back heel begins to lift off. High lunge. Breathe here. Nice. On your next exhale, hands unravel. Reach the arms back, hinge forward, airplane lunge. Keep that back heel pressing away just as much as we can sense into our front leg. And as you drop down, palms plant, step straight back to down dog or tabletop. From here, we have the option of rolling forward to our plank, coming on down to the ground with control, and then rising up, opening your heart space, cobra or upward dog. And we'll meet everybody when you're ready in a downward facing dog. So whatever path you've chosen to take in your practice, we'll all meet here. Walk, step, or hop the feet forwards. Find your fold. Keep a softness in both knees as we drop the head and neck and begin to roll up to standing. Nice. As you arrive in mountain, roll the shoulders back a couple times. And begin to plant both feet with real intention. Spread the toes. Can we feel each corner of our foot, each side of our foot on the mat? Inhale, reach the arms wide and high. Palms together, bring them to the heart as we exhale, bend our knees, sit back in our imaginary chair. Pay attention to the pelvic space, mindful we're not sticking our bottom out or thrusting our hips forward. Nice over-exaggerations by me as always. Try and find this central space where our spine can stay lovely and long as an extension from our pelvic space all the way up towards the crown of our head. Nice. From chair, shift the weight over to the left leg. Peel your right foot just off the ground. We're staying low. As we start to incorporate some balancing into our practice, this is where you might call upon your friend, the wall. Find one more breath where you are. And then adding on as an option, crossing the right ankle over the top of the left thigh, bending the left knee a little more to sit back. Where is your focal point? That one part of your floor, perhaps, the wall that isn't moving. Stay connected to your breath. And then everybody extending right leg back. Keep it lifted off the ground if we can, and find our warrior three. Hands can stay together at the heart. Maybe we reach them away like airplane wings. Choose your own adventure here. And we have one more final option. Only if this is in your practice today, begin to lift your right knee back up in front. Cross your right hamstring on top of your left thigh, bending both knees. And we'll find our eagle legs. If the toes wrap around the calf, great. If not, no worries. We may stay here working on eagle legs. If it's in our practice today, we might explore eagle arms as well. So we'll cross the left arm on top of the right. Lift the elbows, soften the shoulders, and wherever you are, find 3 last breaths. After your final exhale, unravel everything and step down into mountain and give it a shake off. Give it a wiggle out. And when you're ready, coming back to Tadasana, we'll inhale, reach the arms high. Exhale, palms together, bring them down to the heart. Staying here in your chair for just a couple breaths, feeling your foundation into the feet. And then shifting the weight over to the right foot as the left foot peels off. This is a great way to really strengthen this upper leg space, as well as obviously the calf and the ankle. We're stabilizing through the knee joint, helping to strengthen the glute, which affects the hip joint. So much love for the lower body. Either stay where you are or cross the left ankle over the top of the right thigh. Sit back a little lower. Awesome. Transition here into your warrior three. Extend the left leg back. Remember, our toes can be an inch off the ground or a little higher. There's no one way our warrior threes all need to look, and that is so, so, so beautiful. Find your own version. Either stay here or add on for our final posture. Eagle legs, crossing the left hamstring on top of the right thigh. Maybe the toes hook. Either stay here or cross right arm on top of the left. Full Garudasana. But whether you're here or working on your warrior three here, neither version of our practice is any better or worse. It's all beautiful, it's all wonderful, it's all dedication, it's all you showing up for yourself. So wherever you are, finding one last breath, and then slowly releasing into your mountain pose. Let it all go. Sigh it from the mouth, shake it off. As we step our feet a little bit wider, hands come to the hips, start to roll around in one direction. And in the opposite. And as we come to center, roll your way to your fold. Feet can stay wide here if we like. And as we swing from side to side, we have the option of bringing hands to elbows. Just for a few breaths here. And as the palms plant, step straight back to your child's pose. Knees can be wide or together. Everybody though, reaching the arms forwards here. Straight away, send the hands over to the right side of your mat. Keep the hips dropping down heavily. And then send the hands up and over to the left side. And as we float through center, find your comfortable resting posture. And just take a few full deep breaths here, consciously slowing down. Releasing lots of effort. Recognizing anywhere that we're holding or gripping a little tighter and inviting it to release. As you rise all the way up, we will scoop just our left leg out long and bend our right knee so the sole of the foot comes to the mat. As always, in any seated posture, we might want to lift our hips up a little higher. But then from here, we have a couple more options we can explore as we come into our twist. So wherever we are, we'll be hugging left arm around, right fingertips back. But we can either be here or crossing the right foot to the opposite side of the left thigh. Or final option is to bend this left leg underneath us and be here. So find what works for you. Hug the left arm around the right leg, and then we'll twist our torso and our ribs towards the right side as we swim our fingertips behind us. Lifting up nice and tall here. Drop the shoulders and explore this rotation through the rib cage. We're getting that juicy, juicy twist, that soak and squeeze effect in our internal organs, as well as nourishing and hydrating the thoracic spine. Find one more breath. And then exhale to unravel and send the legs out long. Give them a wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. And we'll swap sides. So right leg extended, left leg hugs in. Either stay here or cross the foot over to the outside. Final option is bend that right leg under. Everybody, right arm hugs around the left leg. Left hand swims behind us. Breathe. Maybe your exhale can help you explore a little more space here. With every inhale, a reminder to lengthen tall, like there's a piece of string pulling up through the crown of your head. One final breath. And exhaling to center. Take the legs out long, give them a wiggle. Move any prop to one side. And come to make your way down to the ground. Straight away hug the knees in and take a soft rock from side to side. And as we drop both feet on the mat nice and wide, drop both knees down to one side. Lift them up and over to the other, and windscreen wiper here, side to side in your own time. And as you even it out, float your way back to center. And come to find your final resting posture for our final meditation practice. So stay lying down or make your way up gently into a comfortable seated position. And arrive. Closing down your eyes. Invite the crown of your head to reach up towards the sky. And connect to the earth that's solidly holding and supporting your physical body. Pay attention to your contact points with your mat. And take a few deeper cleansing breaths to ground down onto this space. As you begin to settle into your natural rhythm of breath, notice if there's any obvious tension in the body that you can release easily, and do so. Release any tension from your eyes and muscles of the face. Melt your shoulders away from your ears and let your arms and hands rest easy. With your natural breath, let your belly be soft. And let your heart be soft as well, to receive whatever arises here with kindness and compassion. Stay connected to each breath, and as you allow it, invite a sense of calm and ease to grow. Return gently to your next breath whenever you notice your attention has wandered. Remember, wandering is a natural process. No judgment here. Let all other experiences, sounds, sensations, thoughts, and images rise and fall like waves of the ocean around the breath. Start to grow more mindful of any emotions that call your attention. Can you bring the same mindful, loving awareness to them as you have to your breath? When an emotion rises, let go of attention to your breath and receive the emotion kindly. It can be helpful to name it. Sadness as sadness. Joy as joy. Boredom as boredom. Anxious as anxious. Excited as excited. And as you fully attend to this emotion, notice carefully where you can sense it in your physical body, if anywhere at all. How does this emotion respond to kind awareness? Does it dissolve or get stronger? Perhaps it changes into another emotion. If you feel resistance to contacting the emotion, or it begins to grow stronger, notice the story that the mind tells along with the feelings in your physical body. Acknowledge it kindly. Then let this be in the background, and again, bring a gentle presence to the emotion. When it has changed or dissolves, return your awareness back to your breath. Here, you are the space of loving awareness that can kindly notice emotions as they come and go. As we remain in mindful, loving awareness, we can explore becoming gradually more open, balanced, free, and at peace. And as we near the end of our practice, can we set an intention to recognize our emotions as they come and go, and observe ourselves as becoming the calm, steady witness, acknowledging them without getting caught by each one. Find 3 final breaths here. And begin to wiggle your fingers and toes when you're ready. Floating palms together at the heart, as together we bow in honor of ourselves, in honor of each other. I thank you all. Namaste.